Hi EYFS! I'm here to read you this week's book of the week. Shall we have a look at what it is? This week it is Emily Brown and... Ooh, that's a tricky word. I think some of us might know that. Do you know what that is? There! Well done. Emily Brown and the Thing. And it is written and illustrated by Cresta Cow and Neil Layton. Oh, I wonder what this book will be about. I can see a girl. She's got a rabbit. And I can see that looks a bit like a monster. I wonder if that's the thing. Let's find out. So, Emily Brown and the Thing. Once upon a time, there was a little girl called Emily Brown and an old grey rabbit called Stanley. So this is Emily Brown. Emily Brown and Stanley were trying to sleep after a busy day, but a noise was keeping them awake. Splish went the noise. Splosh went the noise. It seemed to be coming from the window. Wonder what that noise could be. Splish, splosh. What usually makes that noise? It's usually water, isn't it? I wonder what it could be. Let's find out. There was a thing sitting on the windowsill. Large tears were dripping onto his pyjamas. That's where the splish, splosh sound comes from. How do you think he is feeling? I think he's feeling sad too. Oh, the Thing says something. What voice shall I do for the Thing? Oh, the Thing's a bit like a monster, so maybe a low voice. Oh, Emily Brown, wept the Thing. Oh, wept means that the Thing is crying, as we saw in this picture here. So maybe I need to make my voice sound like it's crying. Oh, Emily Brown, wept the Thing. I can't find my cuddly, however hard I look. It's not in the dark and scary wood, and it's not under my pillow. You and Stanley must come and find it for me, because I just can't sleep without my cuddly. How is the Thing feeling? I think he's still feeling very sad because he's lost his cuddly. Now, let's have a think about whether the Thing not having his cuddly is a big or a small problem. Now, big problems are things that you can't fix by yourself and you need an adult's help. Like if you fall over and really hurt yourself and you need an adult's help. And small problems are things that you can usually fix by yourself or with the help of a friend. Like if someone is using something that you want to use, you can go and ask them if you can have a turn. So the Thing is without his cuddly. Let's have a think. Is that a big problem that he can't fix or a small problem that he can fix with the help of Emily Brown? Yes, I think it's a small problem that he can fix with the help of Emily Brown. Let's see how they fix it. So, Emily Brown and Stanley put on their wet weather wind coats and their see-in-the-dark glasses and their special boots for climbing. They searched down low in the tangles and searched up high in the treetops. They ran away from wolves. Grrr. And eventually, they found the Thing's cuddly right at the top of the twistiest, thorniest tree in the dark and scary wood. Look, there it is. How helpful Emily Brown is being. What a kind friend. Thank you, said the Thing. Don't mention it, said Emily Brown. Oh, is that a voice Emily Brown would have? Let's have a think. I think she might have a voice like this. Don't mention it, said Emily Brown. And now you must be quiet. Stanley and I are trying to sleep. "I promise," said the thing, cuddling his cuddly. Emily Brown shut the window. Oh, that was a small problem. That was fixed with the help of Emily Brown. I really like how kind Emily Brown and Stanley are, that they helped the thing, even though they were trying to sleep. Let's see what happens next. A short while later, Emily Brown and Stanley were trying to get to sleep again, but a noise was keeping them awake. Rumble, rumble, rumble went the noise. It seemed to be coming from the kitchen. Who do you think that could be? Let's see. It was the thing again. Oh no. I wonder what's happened now. "Oh, Emily Brown, grumbled the thing. "All I had for tea was 100 burgers. That doesn't sound very healthy. "And one small apple for the vitamins. And now I'm ever so hungry and thirsty. You and Stanley must fetch me my bedtime milk, because I just can't sleep when my tummy is rumbling." Oh. Do you think this problem the thing is having is a big problem or a small problem? I think that it's a small problem. I think Emily Brown can definitely help the thing. And the thing could try and solve this one by himself as well. He's getting very upset, and I think it can be easily fixed. Let's see what happens next. So, Emily Brown and Stanley sighed heavily and put snow snugglers on their heads and ski plankers on their feet and their fluffiest winter warmers over everything. They skied off through the wild and whirling wastes, through blizzards and hurricanes, till their hands were frozen and their legs were sore, searching for a mug of milk for the thing's bedtime snack. So look, there's Stanley on his skis. There's Emily Brown. I think that must be the thing's mug of bedtime milk. Oh, does anybody know what animal this is? It's a polar bear. Yes, we find them in really cold places. It says here, Stanley had to distract a polar bear who thought the milk belonged to him. So Stanley had to make him chase him instead of Emily Brown with the milk. That's very clever. Good teamwork from Emily Brown and Stanley. "Thank you," said the thing. "Don't mention it," said Emily Brown. "And now you must be quiet." "I promise," said the thing, dropping most of his milk over his pyjama top. Emily Brown shut the refrigerator door. 5 minutes later, Emily Brown and Stanley were still trying to get to sleep, but a noise was keeping them awake. Went the noise. It seemed to be coming from the cellar door under the stairs. What do you think that noise could be? I'm not sure. "I hope it's not that thing again," said Emily Brown crossly. Oh, how's Emily Brown feeling now? She's feeling a bit cross, isn't she? She's helped the thing a few times and now she wants to go to sleep. Let's see who it is. It was the thing. "Oh, Emily Brown, coughed the thing. "I'm feeling very poorly. I need my special green medicine. You and Stanley must fetch it from me from the Whiny Witch's cavern down under these stairs, because I just can't sleep when my throat is tickling." Oh no, the thing's got another problem. Is it a big or a small problem? I think it's a small problem. I think with the help of Emily Brown, he can definitely fix that problem and he doesn't need to be upset. Let's see what happens. So Emily Brown and Stanley gritted their teeth and pulled out their see-in-the-dark glasses again, and their special tangly ropes and their bottles for carrying medicine in. They crept through the twisty-turny witches' caverns under the stairs, and they put their hands on cobwebs. Ooh! And they bumped into bats. They had to tell the whiny witches lots and lots of stories in return for the medicine. There are the witches there, and they're making some noises. They're cackling, which is a bit like this. So they're laughing. "Thank you," said the thing. "Don't mention it," said Emily Brown. "And now you really, really do have to be quiet. Stanley and I are trying to sleep." Oh, how do you think Emily Brown is feeling now? She sounds like she's a little bit cross, doesn't she? Emily Brown had hardly shut her eyes before the noise started again. Scratch, scratch, scratch went the noise. It seemed to be coming from under the bed. What do you think is making that noise? Do you think it's the thing again? Let's see. It was that thing again. "I've got a very itchy leg," began the thing. But this time Emily Brown had had enough. "Stop!" shouted Emily Brown. "I've had enough. We've rescued your cuddly from the dark and scary wood. We've fetched your milk from the wild and whirling wastes. We've borrowed your medicine from the weird and whiny witches. Stanley and I are exhausted. There's nothing wrong with your leg. What's really the matter?" Oh, so how are Emily Brown and Stanley feeling now? She said they're exhausted, which is another word for really, really, really tired. I think maybe Emily Brown's feeling a little bit angry because she shouted. I wonder what really is the matter with the thing. Let's find out. 2 large tears crept down the thing's cheeks and onto his furry chest. "I'm scared," whispered the thing. "Oh, so that's been the problem," said Emily Brown, drying his tears and handing him his cuddly again. "What are you scared of?" "Oh, I don't know, things," said the thing. The thing is scared of things. Let's see. "But you are a thing," said Emily Brown. "Am I?" said the thing in surprise. "I wondered what I was." Oh, look, there's a poster. Giraffe, a cat, a pig, and a thing. Just like the thing. "You're definitely a thing," said Emily Brown, tucking him in tightly and putting his hot water bottle underneath his hairy legs. "Am I scary?" asked the thing. What do you think? Is the thing scary? I don't think the thing's scary. "You're not at all scary," said Emily Brown. "You're a very nice thing, and when Stanley and I are trying to sleep, we always find it helps to think of nice things. Maybe you should try and do that yourself." "Maybe I will," said the nice thing, yawning very wide. "Night, night, Emily Brown. Sleep tight. Sweet dreams." Oh, that was a lovely book. I really enjoyed that. So the thing was feeling very upset throughout the book, wasn't he? He was thinking he had lots of big problems and he was feeling very sad. But Emily Brown was a very kind friend, and Stanley, and helped him to get all of the things he needed and made him realise that they were small problems and not big problems. And in the end, the thing said actually he was scared. But Emily Brown helped him and said, just think of nice things. Well, I really enjoyed that story. I hope you did too. On this week's newsletter, there are some PSED challenges to have a go at using this book. So have a look on the newsletter and don't forget to send us your learning on Class Dojo. Bye everyone.